Morning, Alibad. Sheila. Good morning, Janet. Sheila.
Yes, Juma.
Ya, mmeingia mkaamua kunyamaza kabisa.
Sio ukiongea.
Ai, ni vile nimekuita hadi nikachoka.
Serious?
Hii nilikuwa ni left.
Sasa nasikia. Nashangaa, ai, leo hakuna salamu tena.
Lakini nimesalimiana, hata Janet nimemsalimia. Saa hii tu
hata mimi sijasikia.
labda mko na usingizi. Have you considered that? Anyway, how are you?
Fine.
Tips zinawapelekaje?
Vizuri.
Mbona unacheka? Kuna question mark hapo.
Hapana, hakuna.
Sheila, analysis zinapelekaje?
Mi niko sawa. Hizi meetings zinanisaidia. Zinanipea a different perspective.
I hope ushindangi kwa screen. You don't babysit your trades.
No, I do not.
That is awesome. So leo hatuna a lot of news, any high impact news except one. So as you can see, there is some there are a number of news that you're expecting, almost every major currency pair. But again, this is the only one that is high impact, and it is oil news. So we do not have much to look at on fundamentals. However, they might affect the market a little bit, so we should always be very careful. Let's look at what we've been looking for. Looking at the Great Britain pound against the yen. We've been projecting that this market will go on the upper side, that we are in the buyers, and that is what exactly happened. Though we experienced some retracement back, we are still very bullish on this market. So we have all the reason to believe that this market will be taking off, going up to this level that we are anticipating. So if you have a chance, then I suggest you make your entries now. As you can see, if you drew a trend line out here, you realize that we are on a very good track. Sijatoa lock, so forgive me.
Sijatoa lock.
Lock ya mlango, sorry.
No, right.
Ulikuwa unafikiria ni gani?
Hiyo tu ya mlango, hapo nyingine.
So yeah, this is it. So meaning we'll be anticipating our entries around here to make even higher highs. In case it breaches this point back to the this area, then we should be very careful. We'll look into it. We will be very careful. And if it breaches this point again, let's always remember that we are looking for the sells. Eric, morning.
Yes.
Karibu.
Asante.
So we are still looking for the same pairs that we've been looking at.
Okay.
We were looking at analysis that we did yesterday, and since the beginning of this week, this is our watch list. It has always been here, and we've been anticipating for a buy, and that is what happened yesterday. If you look at it in 1 hour, you see that we had a very good buy, though it never hit our anticipated area up here. We still had some good buys, and we always suggest that you trail your stop loss, especially when the market is breaking out, because you don't know whether it will come back to the consolidation, which it did. But again, we still are at the best place to make our entries back again. So if you have the chance, it is time to buy the Great Britain pound against the yen. That is it for that pair. Unless anyone has a question, of course. The Great Britain pound, the GU. Yesterday, when we were looking at this market, we were at this area. And I said that we should be looking at our buys, and that is what exactly happened. We did get a buy, though it never reached higher highs. It came to challenge the previous resistance that we had. So this was an area to watch out. Anyway, as you can see, we actually had highlighted it with an arrow. And this ray was to indicate that this will be a hard position to breach. So we'll be expecting to make higher highs. However, it may come back to the trend line before it takes off again. So once it takes off again, remember this is our target area. So these are the same currency pair we've been looking at the whole week. That is why it is so easy for us to go through them, unless anyone has any questions about them. Sijui kama tuko pamoja ama niko peke yangu.
Pamoja.
Pamoja.
Sawa.
Kama uko peke yako bado.
So for the Aussie, we've been looking at this market again, anticipating that it will go higher. If you can remember, beginning of the week we were here and we were able to take off. And yesterday when we were looking at this market, we were at this position. This was the price that we were at. And we did manage to get to even higher highs and hit our take profit. So if you are trading the Aussie, I think you're safe from the beginning of the week. We did hit our take profit. So same thing, we will be anticipating for high highs once we beat this area. But as you can see, this is an area of interest to us. It has been an SNR area previously, a strong one for that matter. That means we'll be challenging this area strongly. So we'll be expecting a lot of pullbacks around here, and the pullbacks may go back even down lower to the trend line. So let's watch out for this. For now, I'll not advise anyone to take this trade. But again, if you see a good price action, once it retraces, once you can get some very good entries at this point. That is it for the Aussie dollar. For the Euro USD, sijui Eric kama tunapatana, unajua wewe you are a swing trader, that is what you told me, right?
Yes, I'm getting.
So you see, like if you are swinging trading, so it means that if you started this currency pair here, you still be doing very well.
Yes.
Yeah, so there are chances that it will make higher highs, and even once it breaches this area, we'll be looking to make even higher highs. And by higher highs, I mean we'll be looking this as our first resistance area, and then we'll be looking for our take profits up here. So this is in a daily chart. In an hour's chart, you can see that we are in a very tricky area where we have a lot of resistance. You can see this is a lot of resistance here. So let's watch out at that area. So for today, I'll advise anyone to look for good entries, as we had not exhausted our area of interest. We might be looking to challenge the highest area on this currency, the EU. So once we breach this area, we'll be looking for high highs, but first this is our target. Our target will be here. This will be our target after we breach this area. This will be our target. This will be our target once we breach the area that we are at, because this is an area of interest. You can see we had some resistance here, and that is what we're experiencing right now. So this is a small pullback. The worst that can happen is that this pullback will hit our trend line, but still continue going up. About this one, as you can see, remember we always talk about range, a channel, and a trend. So this is a type of a trend, but up here it's starting to form a channel. So let's watch out on that. It may form a channel. That means if it is a channel, it will go back to the trend line. But if it's a trend, we'll just go up. So let's be careful on that one. But we're still very bullish in that market, especially for the swing traders. So if you have any question, if something is not clear, please make a point of asking so that we can clarify it for you. The USD CAD, we've been looking at this currency pair for a week and a half now, and there's no movement that we've experienced in the market. However, we're expecting to make more, to make higher highs, and especially because we are challenging this area and we've not been able to breach downside. However, it's still very good that we look at this area as a breachable area, since we've been trying. The sellers are still very strong. So it is always very good to take caution when such markets are forming. You can see if you look at it in this broad perspective, then we have some formation, like for example, this would be a shoulder, head, shoulder. This means that the market did exhaust its sells here, and we may be looking for even more higher highs. Remember, we were looking for a V here, and it never happened. Once a V happens, there is a likelihood that another V will form. it is a likelihood, it's not a guarantee, and it never happened at this area. So for this analysis that we did here, we maybe it took long, nothing happened. The market didn't move according to what we expected, because if you can remember, this was another anticipated area of resistance and it never breached the upper side. So let's watch out for that area. But once it breaches this area, we have confirmation that it is buys. Once it breaches this trend line, then we'll be looking for sells. But as of now, we'll be very neutral about that market. In 4 hours, this market, like we said, it is a buy. It is on a bullish market. So if you are a swing trader, then you are safe to buy on this market, because though it may take long to form, the market is still very bullish. Sijui kama kuna swali. So msipouliza maswali, msiposema yes, I assume you've understood because we've been with you guys. Ama pia hamjaelewa hata kidogo. I don't know which is which.
Niko sawa.
Niko sawa? Wazi. USDJPY. Yesterday, Ian was able to capture this trade very well on the buy side. Remember when we were looking at the charts, we were around here. So we did manage to breach out of the trend line, but we came right back in. So this means that we are not, the range is not exhausted. There's still a lot of power from the bulls who activated this market here. And even here, this one is still holding, this buyer is still holding the market above this area. That's why it's not been able to breach that area. So in another scenario, we would look this as a trend line. We would form a very good trend line around here. And so we'll be expecting that the market will come back to hit this trend line and go back again, even making higher highs. So that is the first scenario. The second scenario is it may breach this area to the downside and even come here. So guys, we will be having a webinar on next week, and we'll be looking at various things like the formation and why we give 2 options on every trade. For example, when you're getting to the market and looking at emotions, it is always very bad when you have a fixed mind on the currency pair, because we do not know even the news that will come up later that were unpredicted. So in this scenario, we'll be looking to go downside in case we breach this area. But before that, we'll be looking for higher highs. Now, the reason why I'm giving the 2 options is because this will give you a scenario of what if what I was anticipating doesn't work. You see, at the end of the day, in this market, you can't be having a fixed mindset. If you do, then you might be on the losing end. This market is a very volatile market, and anything can happen in between very few hours. So guys, we'll be looking for more buys. We're anticipating for more buys, but until then, until we hit this area, then I would say that we stay back. But this area should be hit by today. Remember, tomorrow is NFP, so we'll be a little bit off the market tomorrow, but again, we'll be very positive that our trades will be activated, especially the ones that have been ranging. Same to the EURUSD. We've been looking at this currency pair for the whole week, if you can remember. We were anticipating it to breach this area or this area. It did breach this area. If you were in the market yesterday, I believe you were able to capture this trade after we had said that there's a likelihood that once it never made this lower low, we are looking for buyers. And that is what exactly happened. It was able to breach this area again and held above it, as you can see. So since it is holding above it, we are looking for entries. There's some retest. So this is the best time to do an entry for this currency, this specific currency pair. So if you were undecided about this market, again, I think it is time that we looked into it keenly. As you can see, there is one trend line that I had drawn. We can still use another one So this would be the worst case scenario, is that the market comes back in. The market would come back in to challenge this area, but since it is holding above, this is very unlikely. This is very unlikely, but we'll be watching out in case it does, but we are hopeful that it will go up and make even higher highs. This is a 1 hour chart. In a daily chart, we can see that we've been trying to breach this area and we were unable. So for Eric, as a swing trader, this will be the first area to watch out. This will be a first area to watch out. So this is where we'll be looking. This is where we'll be looking to take our profits as a swing trader. Because on a daily chart, you can see that we were unable to go to the downside. And we've even started to going up, meaning these buyers are still very active in the market. They've still not been taken out. So do you come that is okay?
It is okay.
Yeah. So oil, we did give you a question previously about oil, and we said that once it made this high, once it made this to this price, we might be looking to come back in this to this area before we continue taking off, and that is what exactly happened. This area was, we did hit our take profit, but again, for those I told, we were just to watch this market and not to trade it. But in case you did, I think Ian did trade it. He did short the market and it went according to the analysis. So the market did come back to this area, and we said if it breaches this area, it will be looking for sales. But since it has not, and it's just come back to the consolidation area, then we'll be looking for more buys. So for now, we are just waiting for any price action signal to make our entries. So we'll be looking for any price action to make our entries. As you can see, we can call this a retest, and once that is done, we will be looking for good buys. For today, we have news about oil, not the US oil. It mostly affects these. So let's take care of that price again. For the silver, we were watching out at this area. We were hoping that once we breach this SNR area, the one that I had highlighted, we were looking to go even higher, to make higher highs. So remember, this is just an overview because we've been looking at this currency pair. Silver has been behaving slowly, but as you can see, it was able to hit this trend line, meaning it has already taken off. So we'll be watching out. The worst case scenario is it hits this area and then makes even higher highs. So we are projecting that we'll be able to buy silver, especially for next week, until we hit our take profit. So that is the analysis for silver. Sijui kama ninakimbia sana. Uko sawa?
Yeah.
Tunaelewa. So yeah, so tutakuwa tunaangalia vile imehiti trend line, then it means that we are ready to take higher highs. But since we've not really breached this area that had formed previously, then we'll be watching out for that area. It may come back to the trend line before it takes off. But the general market overview is that we are in a bullish market. So let's watch out for that. Those who trade silver, you know it is very volatile. Again, the PIP value is very high. So you could either make good money here or even make big losses. So let's trade, let's have very good risk management. And when I say risk management, I mean from the positioning, from the entries and everything. So it's not just about using stop losses. It's not just about doing analysis. We have to look at different parameters. If you know that, again, your emotions are unstable, again, it's something that's happened. It happens to everyone, even the best traders. So it's not just happening to you. It happens to almost everyone. Nobody wants to see themselves losing money. And then again, when you're making money, you're too excited and you end up making even bad decisions. As of gold, we've been looking to make higher highs. It's been a slow market for us. We did hit our take profit first. Yesterday, we were looking at this market around here. We've not made any progress to the upper side. Instead, we've been having a consolidation area. So once this consolidation area is done, we'll be looking to make higher highs. But again, as I said, guys, tomorrow is NFP. We don't know what we'll be expecting. We may be having a sale tomorrow. So let's watch out for gold. If it breaches down to the side, then we'll be looking for sell. So this is our first, this will be our area of interest. This will act as our support. So in case it breaches this side, we will not be looking for any trades on this market. We will not even be anticipating for any sales, since it may just come back to the consolidation area and then take off to the upper side. So let's be careful when you're trading gold. As we know, it is very volatile, but that is what we have for now. And in case you need more analysis on any currency pair, you can always look for me and we can sit down and look for more charts together. So that is it for today, unless there is a question.
No question.
No questions from you.
No,
Janet?
no question.
I don't know. No question.
Umeelewa? Eric?
Yes, I'm okay.
I hope the daily analysis are helping you.
Yeah.
That's good. So we'll be looking for more. There's a lot that we look at before we make the conclusions of the analysis that we do here. So it's not just these ones. We're looking to make good entries, and remember that we cannot be with you the whole day to make sure that you capture the best entries. So the best thing is to learn and make good entries by yourselves and even good exits. So that is it for today. May the pips be with you. See you tomorrow. Kindly remember to tell others to look for our channel on YouTube and subscribe to our content. It is Grand Pips. We have 15 subscribers. That's good. So let's continue subscribing. Let's look for more pips in the market. So good day, guys. See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.